I've been hearing a whole lot of talk about this Derrick Jaxn situation from YouTuber to YouTuber. But out of all of this, this is what this proves. One thing still remains the same is Derrick Jaxn isn't any different than what your local pastors are. Both of them tell you what you want to hear to get your money. But whose fault is it? Is it really their fault? Or is it y'all fault for putting these men up on a pedestal like they're gods? Think about that. Now, I'm not saying that what Derrick Jaxn did wasn't wrong. Yes, it was wrong. What I'm trying to point out to you is he is no different. He's similar to a lot of these pastors that y'all like to put up on a pedestal. If you wouldn't first put them on a pedestal, when something happens, you won't be devastated or shocked. If you wouldn't put all of this money into them, you wouldn't have nothing to feel upset about. Just like me, I'm sitting back just being nosy, just listening. I'm not being upset about this Derrick Jaxn situation because I didn't give him a dime of my money. Yeah, a lot of his advice was dead on, but I didn't worship him. I didn't say, oh, I wish my man would be more like him. I just listened to the advice and agreed that it was good advice. But I never put that man up on a pedestal. I never did any of that. I never bought any of his books. I never did any of that. So when it happened, I was like, wow. But at the same time, I wasn't too upset because I ain't invest no money into him. In the same way, I don't invest money into preachers in the pulpit at church. I don't male worship these men like y'all do. I don't worship people I know, and I damn sure don't worship people I don't know. Because they can be whoever you want them to be online. But behind closed doors, they are totally different than what you expect for them to be. I have sense enough to know this. Yeah, I stutter, but I have sense enough to know certain things. The sense I have, some of you should gain or try to get. Yeah, I have speaking issues, but that don't mean I don't have sense. These people will front like there's something that they're not. That's why it's not good to worship. It is especially not good to male worship. Whenever you meet a man who always have advice for everybody, that's a red flag. That's a red flag right there. How you know that he's not the crook that he's talking about? See, it takes a crook to know a crook. And y'all may think that y'all are ruining his brand, but by talking about him the way y'all talking about him, y'all not ruining his brand. Y'all bringing him up. This is what y'all doing. Because there's going to be people out there that know what I know and going to buy his book because it's going to be like, well, hell, he a bad person. He know how bad people think. I'm gonna get that book over there because I want to know how bad people think. Who better to tell you about how a whorish man thinks better than a whorish man? A faithful man can't tell you how a whorish man think. Only a whorish man can tell you how another whorish man thinks. So y'all ain't doing nothing but bringing his brand up. If you ignore him, stop talking about him, stop buying his books, then you'll ruin his brand because you're not talking about him. Bad publicity is good publicity because people love love negativity nowadays. So you bringing his brand up. We bringing his brand up by just constantly talking about him and what he did and yada yada. The main reason how he was able to play black women for so long is the same reason how preachers are able to play the black community and still play in the black community. These men know that all they have to do to win over black people is to sound and look the part. And the black people will follow them and believe in their every word. Just like right now. It's still I still see people in different comment sections bragging on Kevin Samuels, talking about how he give good advice. And it's like, so what? Derrick Jaxn gave great advice, did he not? And behind closed doors, didn't he turn out to be the exact thing that he was telling you to stay away from? Then when he was busted, he tried to lie his way out of it. Then when he got caught up again, he brought his wife out. And let's touch on that for a minute. The wife already knew what was going on. So I don't understand why y'all sitting up here having such a fit about this when the wife already knew. Even when they were separated, Tasha K showed receipts of her still pretending like they was together. If she likes it, I love it. You can't save nobody who don't want to be saved. But then on the other hand, for a lot of you who are hating on her, I don't understand why you hating on her. Why you talking about how she look and all this when she was in her home. She's allowed to look the way she want to look in her home, even if she is on camera. See, what the real deal is, for as many of y'all who said that y'all feel sorry for her, y'all wish y'all could be in her position. Or wish you could be one of the mistresses that blasted them. For as many of y'all crying all these tattooed tears for this woman, if Derick Jaxn showed up at your house right now, you would fuck him and wouldn't give a damn about his wife. Yes, I said it. Come check me.